got Larry with me. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, doing good. First off, did you have fun at the I&I Historic Farm Days?
It was great.
All right, that's awesome. Well, and I think we had a great time too, except for maybe Saturday. Saturday was a little rough.
Yeah, it was a little wet there for a while.
Well, you're in the best place ever if you're going to be inside a building.
That's right. People come to watch us, it looked like, but they were probably just trying to stay out of the rain.
Well, they didn't realize you were just going to get that good entertainment then.
Yeah, right. Out here, blacksmithing would be pretty nice with the temperature we've got today, so it's nice.
That is for sure. It's weird to think that we're sitting in late August where it's usually warmer than what it is, in June and July. And certainly it's now sitting in the 70s. Looks like it's going to stay that way most of the weekend.
Right. We're really happy about that.
And so, Larry, you were talking about your horses just a little bit when we were at the I&I Historic Farm Days, and you got two of your beautiful ones sitting in front of us. So tell me about them.
Well, these are Percheron geldings, and one on the left is Bob, and he's 15, one on the right, Zeus, he's 17. And they're broke to do any kind of farm work. They don't really do much but eat at home. So, but we pulled a planter with them, and we're pulling a cultivator right now, a one-row cultivator, and we plow with them sometimes. Jeff's disking, we've done that, and every farm had a team like that. Of course, most farms had more than two, but a lot of them ended up with, like my grandpa's horses were the last ones they died there on the farm. They just went on the old pension plan, I think. But they're a lot of fun. It's a lot of work it's a hobby. It's a lot of work. Just putting the harness on is a lot of work. Once you get that done, it's fun.
And so, how long did it take to break them?
Oh, they have personalities like people, and some of them are very, easy to break, and some of them are very difficult. But some people say, "Are you a horse trainer?" And the fact of the matter is, every time you either get on a horse or you get behind a horse, you are a horse trainer. Whether you know what you're doing or not, you're a horse trainer, because they will do what you let them allow them to do, and so forth. But so it's kind of an ongoing process. The nice thing about this team that I have here, which is the best team I've ever really had or will have, I can go a few months without hitching him up, and then I'll hitch him up, and they work like they worked yesterday. And a lot of horses aren't that way. They'll act silly or act like they forgot everything they knew. And again, like people, like kids.
Yes. Well, and that has to tell something about the amount of time that you still do spend with them, even if you haven't quite put a harness in on them. Just how much relationship that you have with them too.
Well, you got to feed them every day, make sure they got water, particularly in the winter time. Water is more an issue, and they need hay, and we give them grain. I get them up once a day. I'll whistle for them and open one barn door. They come in, they know where their stalls are. They go straight to their stall, and when they get there, they've got some grain in their manger. So it's kind of a bribe, I suppose. But if I need them, that's the way to go get them. Just whistle for them, here they come. Or if they get out of the fence, even a lot of times, which doesn't happen very often, but I've had that happen. And go open the barn door and whistle for them, and it's like, oh yeah, it's time to get something to eat. So here they come. But it takes a long time, and then, but it's rewarding. The thing is, it's like pretty much a lost art. The Amish still do it, but even a lot of the Amish folks, a lot of those folks have gotten away from draft horses.
Well, and you just even look at the personality between Bob and Zeus. Bob seems to be one that is very stoic and very, easygoing, and Zeus is, itching on his head and moving around. He's rearing to go.
Very good observation. Bob was raised on an Amish farm by Amish folks, and he learned early on that if you stop, it's, take advantage of it, get rest, because in a few minutes we're going to be working. Zeus he wasn't taught that way, and so he's fidgety. He's always looking around, trying to figure out what's going on around him and that kind of thing. But personalities are quite different.
And so besides Bob and Zeus, how many more do you have?
This is it. We're down to 2.
Oh, hey, so probably a little easier to manage.
Yeah, right.
Well, how many did you have whenever you were in your prime working with the horses mainly?
Oh, I probably had 7 or 8 at a time. It'd be the most I've had at the time.
That is still a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Well, and the demonstrations that you're doing out here, and this is what we call about the half century of progress, and now we're almost doing a full century of progress, pretty much.
Right.
When you're out here with the horse-drawn plows and doing a little bit of tilling, it's fascinating to see just how long it took back in the day without having the technology that we do have now.
Well, it is amazing, and you know, I'm demonstrating right now cultivating. Well, they don't even cultivate today. You know, hardly anybody has a cultivator that farms today. It's, you know, they control weeds with chemicals and that sort of thing. And so I'm cultivating one row at a time, and the horses are probably walking about 2.5, 3 miles an hour. So, you know, look at the size of the fields today. What if I had a field of a half a mile or a mile long? How long would it take me to make one round? And the same thing's true with plowing. You know, if we're plowing if I was riding, I would usually use 3 horses, and I'm plowing with a 14 or 16-inch plow. So I'm cutting a 14-inch wide path through a field. And so it's just hard for me to imagine that we farmed this whole country with horses not really that many years ago. And of course there was at that time there was a lot of land that was dedicated to pasture and that sort of thing, but there's still the same amount of land out there that's always been there. We're tilling it differently, but at one time I can't imagine how many horses it took. You know, and I'm playing. I mean, Dad used to talk about it, and if the horse got a sore shoulder, which it very likely could do, you know, because a collar or a harness would wear a sore or whatever, you know, trying to get that healed up while you're, you know, needing that horse to work was just a major problem. And so, yeah, it was just a lot more work. Farmers today have a huge investment, but from a physical labor standpoint, not even close to what it used to be.
Oh, exactly. I mean, but then again, when it seems like when you got a sore shoulder or any of that sort, that's still considered a mechanical issue. I mean, I guess in the very literal sense.
Oh yes, very much so. And you know, and some things heal up faster than a lot of, you know, some things, if you've got a sore shoulder and you need a horse who's really bad, I remember Dad talking about they actually hitched a cow up with a horse. You know, they were short a horse, and I actually got a picture of it. And they put the horse harness on the cow, but they put the collar upside down. Oh. And I don't know how much work they got. I don't think they were doing this. You know, they were out picking up corn or doing something, he and his grandmother. But you know, you did what you had to do to survive, and it was a lot tougher.
Indeed it is. Well, Larry, it was so good to talk to you, and I know you got plenty more demonstrations now. Are you going to be doing demonstrations throughout the weekend here?
Oh yeah, we'll be here the whole time, and Jeff Blazik, he's our local guy, and he's kind of heading everything up. So we're pretty loose. We really don't know what all we're going to do or just when we're going to do it, but we'll try to keep some stuff going. We'll be probably using his Blackhawk check row planter, where you know, a lot of people aren't familiar with what a check row planter is, but that's where it drops a seed at wherever there's a little button on the wire that you spread across the field, so you can cultivate it both directions to control the weeds. In fact, there's a gentleman behind us who's doing that with an Oliver mounted 4-row planter. But there's Jeff's check row planter over there. We'll probably use that. He's got his mowing machine here. We'll use that to mow some hay. And I'm not sure when, but at some point we're going to load some loose hay. Over behind me here is a hay loader hitched to that wagon. And we pull that with horses, straddle a windrow, and those fingers will take the loose hay and dump it up on the wagon.
Huh.
So that's a really neat demonstration there.
Yeah, and you're going to have a beautiful weekend to do it.
Yeah, we're really excited about the weather. It's great.
Well, Larry, it was so great to talk to you, and of course get a chance to see Bob and Sis here.
Nice to see you again.
All right, thanks so much. And just a few things you're going to see here as far as the fascinating demonstrations here at the Half Century of Progress in Rantoul. So come on up and see us. We'll be out here for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now Thursday being today, folks. For WITY, I'm Lora Johnson.